Today, we will be discussing the effects of Romanticism on and in theater. So, starting with our main question, what is Romanticism? Romanticism does not always have to do with romance like some people think, although it may be the topic of some Romanticism works. But Romanticism is actually the international artistic and philosophical movement that reinvented the ways that people thought about themselves, their relationships, and their world. A more of connection to nature, so to speak. Imagination became a supreme facility of the mind and was presented as our ultimate power as humans. It also put a stress on individualism, and during this time, the human ego was expanded. Urbanization was a catalyst towards Romanticism due to the fact that as the urban world was changing, artists and authors had to change with it. So, what are the effects of Romanticism specifically in theater? Romantic plays focused on emotion more than intellect. Special effects were used to portray the supernatural so that they looked as real as possible. Visual conquered verbal, and sensation overtook intellect. Spectacular scenery was used and sets were realistically painted. Romantic works focused on the real and tried to portray real life as artistically and accurately as possible, whereas earlier theater focused on the godly and otherworldly. So, can we take a look at Romanticism in theater, but can we compare it to another art form to see what differed? Therefore, what are the differences between Romanticism in theater versus Romanticism in dance? The Romantic era of ballet had works with themes of the supernatural and mystical. Dancers portrayed fairies, nymphs, and ghosts, and the ballets often took place in exotic lands throughout Europe. Whereas Romanticism in theater brought the portrayal of real life with realistic themes and the emphasis of getting as close to real as possible. Romanticism also left a deeper impact on theater than it did on dance. Only one ballet has survived the Romantic period of ballet, and that ballet is being Giselle, which is still performed today. But many Romantic era plays have survived, such as Faust by Goethe, Hernani by Victor Hugo, and adaptations of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley.